It's been over 3 years since our last cycle tour, so it felt good to be back on the bikes. We set off from Ashington for a mid-afternoon ride to Amble. The weather was cool and overcast.
Cheers. Pretty loud that, isn't it?
Cresswell Peel Tower, built in the 15th century to protect villagers.
We meet the guardian of the gate, who welcomes us to Drew Ridge Bay.
One of the highlights for me was seeing so many different types of wild flowers. We also see Highland cattle.
Well, they're fantastic, aren't they?
We follow a lovely off-road cycle path alongside the coast. A stone tree, but is it art?
Approaching Amble, a sign claims it's the friendliest port. We stay in a wonderful Airbnb and enjoy a great meal out. We begin with a quick look around Amble and then down to its harbour.
We head out on National Cycle Route 1 alongside the River Coquette. Warkworth Castle comes into view.
Warkworth Castle, a medieval fortress founded in the 12th century and home to the powerful Percy family and the Dukes of Northumberland. Today a magnificent sprawling ruin which still impresses.
We descend to Warkworth village. At the greenhouse we pause for a last look at the castle. We meet lots of walkers on this section of the route.
I don't.
At Eyemouth we grab a couple of coffees and head for the beach.
RAF Bulmer, a jet stands guard at the gate.
We leave the cycle route through the 19th century arch to Craster village. We have lunch here, then set out for Dunbar Castle. This is an English heritage site. It's only accessible by foot, but well worth the walk. As we get closer, we see the expansive ruins cover the whole of the headland, built in the 14th century on the site of an earlier Iron Age fort, and still very impressive.
We rejoin the cycle route. A distant view of Dunbar Castle. At Embleton we stopped for ice cream and coffee. Well, we are on holiday. Refreshed, we press on.
Carry on. Carry on.
Through Chathill and North Sunderland, we arrive at our evening accommodation. Seahouses is a picturesque seaside town with boat trips from the harbour. We enjoy a fish and chips supper in the evening sunshine.
We begin with a short 4-mile hop to Bamborough, but we have to be quick. Roads are being closed for a 10k run. We arrive in time to see the race begin. The roads are now open, so we continue towards Spindlestone.
I couldn't resist photographing these beautiful poppies along the roadside.
To Spindlestone.
It starts to rain, and after getting our wet weather gear on, then it stops raining. Typical. We stopped for coffee at a very overcrowded cyclist cafe in Belford. Crossing the A1, we had lunch in a bus shelter, which was very handy for watching lots of performance cars passing by and some refuelling. We even saw a Bugatti.
Back on two wheels, we leave the road at Beal and take a gravel track. We follow an ancient grass path across the dunes. Pausing and taking in the distant views of Lindisfarne and Bamborough.
A lot of walkers about. We cross Goswick Golf Course and stop at the clubhouse for a welcome pot of tea.
Back on the road. Some minor roads need major repairs. A welcome sight. It's an ice cream trailer. 2 cones, cash only.
En route, we approach a herd of cows around the gateway, a bit too close for comfort, although thankfully they ignored us. The spectacular cliff-top track had great views, but a deeply rutted and loose gravel surface. Sometimes it was safer to walk. A passing farmer had 8 dogs in his vehicle.
Through Spittal and into Berwick. We've got a private ensuite room at the YHA, and there are lots of other cyclists staying. We have a very nice relaxing time here.
Leaving the hostel, we exit through the Elizabethan ramparts which surround the town. I loved visiting Berwick, especially the waterfront, bridges and trains.
Today we leave Route 1 and follow cycle route 76. We start on the riverbank and pass through the remains of Berwick Castle. What's this?
Driftwood, it's a driftwood boat.
Well, that's my interpretation.
This steep uphill path leads to Route 76, but it's very warm work. The rolling countryside has a fair amount of climbing on an increasingly hot day.
Eyemouth Castle, originally a fortified peel tower, but rebuilt in the 19th century as a baronial manor.
Eyemouth, pronounced Haymouth in these parts. We stopped here for lunch. A large gull attacked me from behind and stole my sandwich. I was not impressed.
Over the next few miles, a gradual 800-foot climb to the wind farm at Coldingham Moor.
Then at last some downhill cycling towards Old Cambus.
We stopped to take in the beautiful coastal views. This is the only time we both filmed the same view.
Approaching Dunbar, we pass the power station at Torness Point. Pass a group of off-grid campers on the cycle path. A distant lighthouse at Barnes Nest. And the cement works. Route 76 has everything.
Entering Dunbar, we stay at the Dolphin Inn, a large, modern, independent, self-catering hostel.
Before leaving Dunbar, we visit the beautiful harbour and the old fort. We see the ruins of Dunbar Castle on the headland. The coastal mist, or haar, is beginning to clear.
The day is heating up as we leave the town. Moving inland, we're alongside busy main roads for a while.
There's constant reminders that this is Scotland's Gulf Coast. We pass under the A1.
We spot a ruined building in a field.
Don't even know what it's called.
This is Hales Castle, one of Scotland's oldest stone castles, dating back to the early 1200s, but now off limits because of unsafe stonework. After lunch at Haddington, we follow this former railway line down to the coast.
I love the fantastic scenery with lots of wildflowers.
Ooh, it's even lit.
Long Nidri, another beautiful beach.
Through Kirkensey and Preston Pans and following the John Muir Way.
First sight of Arthur's Seat and Edinburgh, just 10 miles to go. Around Musselburgh and a footbridge over the railway.
Passing on your right. Cheers.
Arthur's Seat. This crag is called Samson's Ribs. We plunge into a cold tunnel with colourful graffiti.
Certainly is.
Glad of coffee and a sit down in Meadows Park, enjoying the sun with hundreds of others. Princes Street was busy with buses, trams and taxis. The castle is on the right, but no time to look.
I asked directions from a man riding a cargo bike.
Botanic Gardens this way.
Yeah, steer around the corner, you come down to Crossroads, turn left there.
Right, thanks a lot.
Gate there, I'm not sure we'll be open there.
Oh no, we're supposed to be staying somewhere near there.
Okay.
Cheers.
While staying here, we got a text saying that our train tomorrow was cancelled. We managed to get tickets for a much earlier train, but needed to confirm reservations at the station. It was such a rush in the morning.
The staff were very helpful, and we had time to relax, looking out to Edinburgh Castle while waiting for the train. After our short train ride, we cycled the last few miles back to Ashington to collect the car before driving back home.